Now you are live.
Now I am live. I am live. And I am grateful and happy to see you folks, or at least know that you're here. I don't see you, but hopefully you can see me. And thank you so much for making my day. And I'll do my best to make yours a little bit. Okay. So
First up
yeah, first up.
is to your on the other screen. Over
Okay,
there.
I'll get there in a minute. I got too many screens. I got a screen over here. This is not a screen. So sign everywhere, not touching the character. Sign everywhere. Sign everywhere, not touching the character. Okay, and
not to anyone, so I think it's just
right. Oh, it's not to, and that's what I was double checking. There's no
Yeah.
name to sign to. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking the gray might be nice on this. I'm thinking. Okay. So making sure not touching the character. No touching. Sorry. I will not touch. All right. That's why I wear the sweatshirt, so I don't touch the hoodie. Okay.
Yeah, pay extra for that.
Yeah, I'm thinking because of the text, I think the black will look better than the gray on this one. So, okay. Big decisions, huh? Okay. Phew. Okay. Didn't touch it. Didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. For anybody, where would I display this so they would see it?
Right there. Yeah.
Just straight ahead like so.
Yeah, it's
I don't
just
know.
that DSLR right there.
Settle in the middle there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Just so you see, I follow directions occasionally. Thanks.
You just hand it right to
I'm
me.
gonna hand it right to you.
Yes, sir.
And a serious hello, shout out to the Republic of Serbia. Thank you. Wow, long distance. So thank you for your support.
I'm sure it's late there.
Yeah, big time. I have no idea the time frame at all. I'm fully ignorant. I have friends in Australia and I have friends in Brazil, and their time frames are pretty deep too.
Yeah.
Brazil's only 5 hours ahead. Okay, so next up we are here
For
to Dr. V. All right.
No special instructions.
You got it. Except I think use this one for this.
Oh yeah.
Brand new. Bah. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. For Dr. V. Hope you like it. It's a pretty cool shot. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Get there.
And then I will mark that one off.
Thank you.
And you are on to
I can put that. Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, that's a cool name.
Yeah, it is a cool name and a cool spelling. Then absolutely, I'll let's see, where will I do that? I'm thinking white on this as well, because I don't have rose colored, or rose colored would be pretty cool. All right, so sign up here. Let me see. Yeah, I got it. I figured it out. To Jocelyn. Okay, so from here for that. Joselin. Yoselin. Oh, that's easy to say too. Yoselin. Yes. Okay. Spacing. Okay, spacing's good on this. All right.
Yeah, that would definitely be my biggest weakness. I can't space anything.
Yeah, I just
I
have
never
to.
know how long it's going to take me to write anything. I'm not consistent enough.
Okay, now I got it. We're good with that. Okay. I'm just trying to spell and make sure my spelling is right as well as. Okay. I'm going to make this happen. Mm-hmm. Pretty squeaky, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, these ones squeak for sure, especially on this on these glossy prints.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here.
Perfect.
Think it's gonna work. Okay. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you for enjoying the show, and glad you're enjoying what I'm doing with it. Okay, a couple more people have come on here. Daniel, no complication whatsoever. Don't even worry. If I can get rid of I'm being offered free malware opportunities. Yeah, no bites, please. Goodbye, malware. Okay. What was it like working on Robotech back in the day? It was pretty awesome, actually. I'll answer that. For any of you who don't know, Robotech is a series that I worked on in the 1980s. Yeah, the 1980s. I was 6 years old, and if you believe that, it was quite different then. The whole technique of recording for dubbing, just so many different things, but it was so much fun. To do that and be working with my friends. And we worked at a crazy studio called Inner Sound, which had all kinds of different things going on at the same time. So we would sometimes get a call at like 10 o'clock at night saying, can you come in at 11? Because we got to get this out. And then you'd go there and there'd be people sitting in the hallway waiting to go in and do their session, and you'd hang out with your friends. And it was pretty crazy, but it was a great time. We had no idea what we were creating, except it seemed good for us at the time and was fun to do, and it's lasted quite some time. It's pretty amazing to me. So yeah, I mean, thank you for asking. It was an amazing thing, and I'm so grateful that I was selected to do that, even though I got killed right away. But that's another story. I tend to die a lot in these things. It's like as soon as I get cast as a character, I tend to ask, so when do I die? Does he die? Does he die? Yeah, it's my typical response. So,
not even if he dies.
No, it's when. When does he die?
Yeah.
Do I die right away? Do I get to live a little while? Do I get options? So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Was your first interaction with Japanese animation through work, or had you seen any?
Yeah, no, it was through work. I knew nothing.
Yeah.
It was just, oh, okay. Somebody said, I thought you might be good at this. And they brought me into audition. And I think the first thing was Dog Tanyan and the Three Musketeers with Cam Clark and lots of other voiceover people. And he played Dog Tanyan. I played Richelieu, which was an advisor, a very evil, manipulative advisor. So much fun. Okay, to Frank and yes, Bunkai Scatter. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, we got room for this. All right, let's do this to Frank.
Daniel A says the Jocelyn signature was for my girlfriend, and she's such a fan. She's in love with the character so much that will make the perfect Valentine's Day gift. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's great. Well, I'm glad. What a guy. That's so cool. I really hope she likes it. Okay. Bunkai. That's so nice to hear. I've become a Valentine gift in some form or another. That's not a terrible thing.
No.
Okay. I'm almost capable of talking and signing at the same time, but not all the. It's questionable. So I'm trying. I'm trying. End of the day. Okay. So it's only the beginning of the day here. Let's be honest. It's not the end of the day. All right.
And into a long weekend too.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful weekend, especially if the Chargers don't lose in the first playoff game.
I'm hoping, man.
You and me both.
They gave my boy Stafford a win. For that, I am forever a Rams fan because he just got abused by the Detroit Lions.
Oh yeah,
for so long. You're so loyal to that franchise. They're looking great. I actually really like the Lions right now too.
Oh no, that's the thing. They've never been to a Super Bowl and never played in the Super Bowl, so they've got to be excited about that. Yeah. Okay, all right. Let's put my name over here. I'm going to see. We got a blue one by any weird chance? Looking like nah.
I got running back is a big anime fan. Jamal Williams.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Oh, like in his little announcement thing where they, university or whatever, right?
Right.
He has a little Naruto headband on. He says he's
from
the
funny
village. He's got the whole thing. Yeah, he's a great player too. I really.
Oh no, absolutely.
Really love watching him play. Him and Swift, I think, are great running backs.
Yeah.
And I just have but if I respect anyone on a football field, it's the running back.
Oh, no kidding.
Those guys just get stuffed.
They get hit a lot, so I say. The Ed O'Neill commentary.
Thank you, sir. And then next up.
The Ed O'Neill thing, I had people think that I was Ed O'Neill a few times over the years. It's pretty funny. And I actually auditioned for one Married with Children episode that went back in time with him. And it was a great audition. It was the classic thing that an actor loves, is that I read for what I got brought in for and left. And then they followed me out and said, could you come back and read for this?
Oh, yeah,
it was nice. Like the best feeling, you know, you're like, I killed it. And then I didn't get the part. I was like, are you serious? And oddly enough, the guy that got the role, I will not name names, that did not look like Ed O'Neill very much. It was just so odd because he was also the lead in a video game that I was cast in the lead a few years later when the show was revamped. And then the fan base went nuts and said, no, it has to be the original voice. And I got fired. So he got me twice. The same guy, once on camera and once vocally as a voiceover actor. So I gently hate him. Gently. I don't hate him. Okay, to Edwin.
For Edwin.
Yes. Another option.
Right.
I think the white would probably look pretty cool here. Or maybe here. Is Edwin on? No. Okay. I was going to ask if you had a preference as where I put that, but I'm going to make a choice. I'm going to make an executive decision, even though I'm the furthest thing from an executive. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
These days, executives,
Yeah.
Dave Vincent comes in with the anime shirts.
Yeah, why not? No, I mean, I love it. This is for, I do signings and things. It's just very cool. And I love the character, and the shirt looks damn good. So why not? I'll take it.
That's a good green.
All right. So here's my decision. We're going with white. Okay. No, we're not. We're going with black and white. Ha! Sorry, I'm just so indecisive. Okay.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah, it's a goal. Now we switch to the white. Let's see who I am. It also sounds like people playing basketball with their shoes.
Yeah, all sneakers hitting the.
So let's see. I feel like, it doesn't look bad by any means. I mean, I like it, and I think it covers if wherever Ed is. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And next up is for Tim.
Was that the Daniel? It was? No, it's different.
No.
Okay.
Daniel was for Jocelyn.
Yeah, right. Sorry. Hello, Neil. All right. Let's see. And small message. Okay. To Tim. All right. This has definitely got to be white because it's such a cool picture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the spot. This is the spot. Mm-hmm. Get a little space for this.
Daniel A asks, do you enjoy playing characters who are typically seen as more evil in nature or those who are more heroic?
I tell you, it's a toss-up from the standpoint that the the evil characters are so much more fun to just revel in their nastiness, if you will, and especially when they're evil, but they're not revealed as evil initially,
Right.
but it just kind of flows out or it suddenly appears. It's so much fun to do nasty characters because you just get to tap into that anger you might have had about any number of things or whatever frustrations and kind of bring that out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such fun. And the hero stuff is awesome too. I mean, that's one of the reasons I love Byakuya is because he's such a badass, but he's not like full of himself. And if there's a problem, he'll take care of it. It's as simple as that. Do you really want to mess with me? Okay. Here we go. He reminds me of like a young Clint Eastwood, you know, in his Western phase. Just, and for that matter, make my day, punk. You can go there too. Okay, let me see if hopefully this works. Is Tim on or not? Oh, Tim, you don't get to see. But there it is. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you, sir. I like all of these a lot. I really do. There's some such great shots.
Yeah, we got a couple extra for you to take home as well.
Oh, thanks. Or because I'm going to screw up. Is that the real idea?
Well, it's for either or.
It's a balance.
You have to get a few gifts.
You get a reward or you get, you get covered. Yeah. Okay. No special. Hello, Heather. All right. I guess we're going back to black. I mean, I don't know how red would pop on this. It might look really good. The decisions we go through.
The struggles of an actor.
Yeah, the big struggles. Okay. That was a moment. Sorry. Oh, I see more water.
Hey, it's a good creature. You can, you can fall back on that for an addition.
It's very generic towards something Yoda-like or something like
Yoda-like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like a little Yoda laugh.
Yeah. Or Chewbacca kind of like. Anyway, enough. So all right,
we'll workshop it.
Yeah, I got time to work on this, right? We have another signing with Michelle Ruff on the 21st, which should be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll be better at doing that in that voice then. All right, if this doesn't work with red, then I will highlight it in white.
Extra.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it won't. This red's dead. I took care of that. All right. Then I think the silver will be workable and good. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be nice. Now I can use a little bit of white on the arm. Yeah. I'm coming up with such amazing creativity. I'll sign on the arm. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I think that came out nicely.
yeah.
I like that. Look what I can do.
That is such a nice print.
Yeah, it is.
Such a nice
I'm loving it.
silhouette.
Yep.
And next is for Grayson.
Grayson. Oh, Grayson, you didn't make it to the sign-in, but I got you covered. And thank you very much for your support as well, even if you're not listening. Okay. And I don't take it personally if you're not.
And then we've got the YouTube video as well that'll go up as well. So
Excellent. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. I know that I actually said hello.
Yeah.
What a guy. Okay. I think we ended up with a white being the right choice here. I think. What didn't
I
we?
think so.
They'll double check back because
Oh no, you went with black for the
black at the
red
top.
and then white on the on the
Okay.
jacket.
Okay. So. I think maybe. I'm not as talented artistically as I'd like to be. I can't draw. Let's be honest. That's the simplest way to put it. I can't draw. So I'm not going to try to do what I'm thinking of doing because it'll look horrible. Nope. All right. Let me try with the white both ways and see. And that's not enough. Okay. Back to black. Amy Winehouse. Something like that.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so sad.
She'd be. I think she'd still be killing it.
Oh, absolutely. Incredibly talented.
Yeah.
So it's a shame.
Really.
That's interesting. Huh. Who would have thunk that? The white kind of sucks up the black.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
You'd
had
think
no
it would just
idea.
go right over.
Right. That's interesting. Interesting. All right. Well, Grayson, if you do get ever to hear this or see this, very cool name. Loving it. Wow, it does look. If this stays this way, it looks very cool with the black. I don't know why, but it just looks. PDA, that would be pretty damn awesome. I'm pretty sure. Yes. All right, let's do this so you can see it. This is a popular print.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. You think? I'm getting a professional opinion here.
Mm-hmm.
You think that will fade the black, and should I do more with that, or do you think it'll stay like that? Like that, it looks very cool. If it looks like it's faded,
I think it'll stay. I'll just put it on top as well to make sure nothing gets on top.
Yeah, because that would be my concern.
Yeah, I think otherwise, I think this.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't fade on that on
Yeah.
top thing, because I think it looks cool because it's kind of see through and kind
Right.
of textured.
Yeah. That's what you mean.
I can be creative, I just can't draw.
So that's why you become an actor.
Exactly.
Right? The same thing. I was like, man, I can't play an instrument.
Yeah, I can do that too, but that's another story. Yeah, the instrument thing.
What do you play?
Well, I used to play clarinet and sax.
Oh, nice.
Bands and
Yeah,
stuff.
I play
Yeah.
trumpet. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was always like, damn, this.
I know. That's another instrument that's the first instrument I wanted to take up when I was a little kid. And I found out later why I got a clarinet was my parents couldn't afford a trumpet. Back in the day, I was like, I want a trumpet. So
Our
I'm
school
still
gave
thinking
them out,
about it.
Yeah. Our school was giving them out. Yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah, I never got mine for real. I was always wondered what happened to it. I gave it back to the schools. What happened? I was like, do I not have a trumpet
Yeah,
anymore?
yeah. I have a very expensive clarinet still.
Nice.
A nice Selmer, which is one of the top brands for
Yeah.
instruments.
My sister was a great clarinet player.
Yeah, I was good. I was not pro level, and that's probably why I stopped because it would have taken me too much practice to get to the level I wanted to be at. So I was like,
clarinet's a tough instrument to find like consistent, right? Unless you get some, Philharmonic, right?
Yeah.
It's really hard to keep consistent work.
Well, I had a phenomenal teacher, and that's the importance of teachers. I had an amazing teacher, and I was so dedicated, and then he moved away, and I went, It was him that drove me to really be good at it. So if you find a great teacher, stick with them. That's for real.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's up next?
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
That's all right. You are so fired.
Dominic.
You got it, Dominic. and thank you for your comments. New Year is going well. I hope your New Year is doing the same for you. And if you get to see this, and if not, everybody else heard me say it. Happy New Year. Well, hell, Happy New Year to everyone for sure, not just Dominic. But you're special. All right, let me sign this for you, and thank you very much. And now we'll see if I can do the same thing again of the black and the white. Let's see. So many options. To Dominic. Okay. Maybe this one is probably just dying, and that's why it's doing this way. I wonder. And I'll find out in a second. I have ways of finding out because I got lots of black ones. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think we get all right. To Dominic. Okay. As long as this doesn't fade, and it shouldn't. That's my only. It's called a permanent marker, right?
Yeah.
Sharpie permanent marker. It says so right there. So, okay, that means it's permanent. I don't have to worry. Optimistic, aren't I? Okay, let's shake this up.
Are you an East Coast or West Coast? Where are you from originally?
What, you can't tell?
Are you Midwestern?
Midwestern, you can't tell?
You give a Midwestern vibe.
I give a Midwest. What is a Midwestern vibe before I answer your question?
Polite would be a Midwestern vibe for sure. I think it's also the hat you're wearing is very Midwestern to me.
Yeah.
I think the glasses give Michigan actually.
Yeah, the glasses are new. Vibe. Yeah, that's funny. I'm one of my best friends in Michigan. No, I grew up in San Diego.
Oh, really? You're California.
Very South Coast. Yeah.
That's so funny.
The Western Coast, and yeah. So I hung out with a lot of people from New York, and so a lot of people think without the glasses and without that I'd come across that way, which is fine by me. I like it. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see, where would I write that? There? Yeah. Okay, we got room. We got room.
What's your favorite Queen song? Ask somebody in the chat.
Wow. That's a great question. I have to think about that for a second. First thing that's the standard would be Another One Bites the Dust into We're the Champions. That's just such a magnificent blend of music. God, there's just so many Queen songs that I'm so blown away.
So like quintessential.
Well, yeah, and again, there's standard answers that, and Bohemian Rhapsody is another that are classic. But God, I'm just trying to think. There's just so many.
Yeah.
But that gives you a little sense that I'm in the mainstream on that, and really, really loving it. Just an incredible band, incredible talent.
Yeah, another one that was definitely would still be, would have killed it for many more years given the opportunity.
Make no doubt. Yeah. Okay, Symbols of Kageyoshi. So I have everything I need to have on that, and I do. So.
Bing bang bop.
Yes.
You, sir?
You, sir.
Next up is for Alex.
All right. Let me answer this one. Hey, John Knight. And thank you for the SpongeBob question. Thank you for the question, SpongeBob. I'm enjoying the 1,000-Year Blood War very much. The animation is awesome. If you're looking at it, you know that. And it's just, it's so much fun to come back and do the character, to re-inhabit Byakuya and see what happens next. I know we're on, I believe the next stuff, the next round, if you will, of episodes is in July scheduled, and haven't started recording that yet, to my knowledge. At least I haven't. So we'll see what happens. And again, I have no idea how much, excuse me, how much I'll be in it. Nobody tells me nothing. But really looking forward to it. And if I'm really fortunate, I keep gently hammering them to bring me in for a new character, something fun. So we'll see. That would be so sweet. I hope that happens, and I'll keep my hopes up. And we'll see. But no, just loving it. As I said, I'm just so blown away by the animation. It looks so good. So yeah, and it's fun to be able to watch myself, again on TV in that regard. It's like, oh look, I can. That's so cool. So yeah, quite a bit of fun. Thank you for asking. Okay, to Alex. And I'll reply back to Daniel in just a second to give me the ability to write and focus for a second, which is obviously a challenge for me. Okay. Okay, we signed. I'm so impressed I haven't screwed up my own signature yet, which is really embarrassing when you do. It's like, oh, I can't even write my own name. Great. Okay, sorry, we'll try again, but this is okay. We're good here. Okay. All right. All right. Alex. Yeah. I did it again. So Daniel, don't even worry about commenting. Thank you very much. You really appreciate, all of you guys, and thank you, Javon. If I said that right, I hope I did, Jovan. I love doing this, and I you guys make it possible for me to keep doing this by your support. So over the years and right now, I really, really thank all of you, because it makes a huge difference to me to know that I'm doing something that that makes a difference to other people, and that they really enjoy. So thank you, and I'll keep doing it until they tell me to stop, and hopefully they won't tell me to stop, because I'm not going to tell me to stop. So let's see, to Alicia. I don't know for sure if it's pronounced Alicia or Alicia, but I'm guessing Alicia. So that's my guess for today. Thank you. I'm doing my best. Okay. Oops. And I'm throwing things on the floor, which the lids that bounce 27 feet.
Now you're good.
Now I know where it is. I can see it. My foot has got it.
Ah, nice.
Now you know I'm really good with my feet. Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay. Do. I think it's working. Many times. And there we have, boy, that looks really trippy. Like, woo! Sorry, I lost control. I'm better now. Thank you, Alicia. Or Alicia. Sorry, I did it again. All right. And then, yes, Mr. Knight stated that You voiced Senaku in Power Rangers Wild Force. Yeah, and those were so much fun to do because we didn't know what we were going to do when we got there. Scott Page Pagter was our director and was running things, and he was just so much fun. It was just a party when we did those Power Ranger stuff because, you know, it was just like, so this is the character, you know,
Right.
What do you got to go with that?
Right.
And from what I've been told, that's one of the favorite of many of the Power Ranger fans. That's up in the level of the favorite villains.
Honestly, I like Drill Master.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of you as
Oh
Drill
yeah,
Master.
that's very funny. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, we had such a great time. God, that was just like, that's some of the better memories of dubbing work. One of them, I'll tell you, working on Naruto. Myself, Bob Pappenbrook, Michael Sorich, Richard Epcar, we would regularly be called in to do the walla or the background voices in scenes. And quick knowledge, if you don't already know walla. A walla is, as I said, the background voices. If you had like a dining scene in a restaurant and there's people at different tables talking, but you don't hear exactly what they're saying, but but they have to say something. And so we record that and then they, you know, move it down in volume so that you can just hear it and it blends nicely. And that's called walla because initially that was done way back before me, where they would literally say the words walla to make that background sound. So it'd be like walla, 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 so that it sounded like people talking. So that's where the term comes from. But we would just go in there and Jamie Simone, who is the one that's in charge of Bleach here, or here in California. He was the director, and we just cracked each other up. It was, you know, hard to get the work done because we had such a great time making each other laugh, and so it's just such great memories. Such fun. Because otherwise, walla, I hate doing it. But when I'm doing it with people that I can be creative and have fun with, this is like, whew, what a treat. So all these guys, we had such a good time, and it was hard to get finished because, you know, Jamie enjoyed it too, and he go, you guys, we got to come on, we got to do this. Stop it. So it's great memories. Let's see if there's anything else I need to answer here. Okay, should I make my confession now? Okay, here it comes. Mr. SpongeBob asked me on my favorite scene from the movie The Mask. Is this the movie The Mask we're talking with Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey. Thought, yeah, okay. Because I was thinking there's another movie called The Mask that I don't know. I did see the movie. I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it enough times to have a particular favorite scene, but just what he did, the level of that, was just so impressive. And at the time, he wasn't that well known. I don't think it was you know, coming off of doing, was it Fridays? What Friday night? On In Living Color.
Yeah, what year did The Mask come out?
I think it was in the either late 80s, early 90s. I think it was early to mid 90s, I believe. He was just, God, that was the epitome of, you know, what he was to become, was that magnificent, just
and the CGI too, to think about, like, 'cause, you know, that movie and Who Framed Roger Rabbit are like,
oh, that was superb. Yeah, just the animation, the whole, it was something.
Pushing, like, you know, effects in some way. I mean, that's just really early. It seems like a movie that was made much later.
There's one scene, and I may have, this may be from, it may be a Chevy Chase film that this came out of, and I think that's what it was, but I've never forgotten, after I think he snorted a large big line of something on a table, and after he finished, he lifted his head and he goes, "I love it," and that seems like a Jim Carrey thing to me.
Right. Oh yeah.
And it was just that, I love that. It was such a great reaction, and he did it perfectly. So I managed not to answer your question pretty well. Thank you.
You're a politician, though.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Okay, I'm still looking at stuff. In honor of Disney 100, any fave Disney parks memory? Yeah, oddly enough, I have a good friend in Texas that his what would he be called? I guess his father, not father-in-law, stepfather, for lack of a better thing, who someone that's I don't know that they got married. They may just be seriously dating for many years, but he had a very significant amount of money, so he rented out the most expensive room in the Disney hotel for the weekend, and so we got to stay there, and that was pretty damn impressive. It was huge, and is big giant screen TVs in each of the bedrooms. I don't remember how many bedrooms there were, but it was just a massive, good time to hang
Complex,
out and
yeah.
go, I'm coming home to the spot and chill for a
Yeah,
little
the
bit.
parks,
Yeah.
those are great, but
Yeah, but I got a place to hang afterwards and go back. And so yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. And then just the knowledge that two of my good friends, one Assunta Fleming, who is a magnificent actress, and she's a voice coach. She's living in Nashville now, but she lives out here periodically. They lived in Ojai, which is really beautiful. She and Sandy Fox both were dancers and participants at Disney many years ago. In the 90s, I think. And they're good friends. And I just found out that out recently. I didn't know that they knew each other. It was like, oh wow. So yeah, I have a little bit of a connection to Disney in that regard. So, okay, I got
next is for Roger.
Roger. Yeah. I'm just trying to answer a couple more questions. Roger, I'm not ignoring you. I swear to God, I got it here for you. Yeah, the Sword Art Online season 2. I absolutely enjoyed it. I love doing the show. I hope I get to do more on something regarding that. And for that matter, I hope that somehow I get to come back and do something on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the newest one. I haven't been bugging them about that, but I go, hey, I was Rudy, you know that German engineering is the finest in the world. You know that, right? So
I love that show. It's one of the I don't love anime. Well, I love anime, but not the biggest anime head. But JoJo really caught me from the first episode. That show is great.
Yeah. Wow. I just official_nerd. Hello. Yeah. The stuff in this stuff, and that's the beauty and the tragedy of doing this for a long time, is that you have so many things you've done that some you don't remember. The beauty being, I have so many things done that in tragedy. Yeah, what? I Toys in the Attic. I'm like, what did I do in Toys in the Attic? I haven't got a clue at this moment in time. Narrator from Cowboy Bebop was awesome, and Laguna Glock was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm just so blessed to have all these fun things to have done and continue to get the chance to do. That's, if anybody asks about me, I'm a very lucky man. Just to get to be, and I say this all the damn time, but to get to be a little kid and then somebody pays you to do that. It's like, what? I get to go fun and just play, a little kid, they go outside and play with your friends, go play. And this is what we get to do as adults doing this stuff. So it's just like, wow, that's so cool. So yeah, I'm a very lucky man, and I'm so grateful again to you guys, because without your support and backing, then I don't get brought back or I don't get hired for other things. But because you guys are there to say, hey, we like it, then we get the chance to do more. So you have no idea, and if you do have an idea, the bottom line is you are so important, and thank you so very much. Whether we make a difference in your life or not, you definitely make a difference in ours. So thank you. So there, take that. All right, a little something to Roger now, and then I'll answer whatever else comes up there if I can. Actually, now I'm going to go for another black one just to see if this comes out a little better.
Well, you were in an Armored Core.
See, what do I remember?
Because that I barely remember either, but they're making those again, making those Armored Core games again.
Wow. Yeah, half the stuff that comes back, I don't find out until either it's over or somebody calls me and says, "Hey, you want to come and do this?" Like, I'd rather find out that way. Okay.
Right, yeah. I'll do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm on it. All right, to Mr. Roger. Mhm. Oh yeah, this is different. This works. This is getting dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that looks so cool. Yeah. Okay. Let me do this over here. Mm-hmm. Looks like a little koala bear in a pep, or something. Mom's holding it in a little pouch there. Yeah, I'm in the
Little
pouch.
kangaroo.
Little kangaroo pouch
Little
thing.
Joey.
Be a kuya kangaroo ya. Don't ever say that.
Yep.
I'll deny I did.
He'll be here all week, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess the subtle one. This is the shortest Byakuya quote. Scatter. In case anybody would like to hear it anyway, since we're here. Senbon Zakara Kagayoshi. Scatter. Hey, I remembered it. That's fun.
See, some people, they have a whole list of stuff because they can never, they gotta have like a laminated list.
Right?
That's impressive, though. I'm always like, that's a good idea. Becca Pruitt always comes with a limited list of her lines.
Oh,
'cause she
no,
can
absolutely.
ask, and she's
I've
like,
done that. I definitely have done that and
Yeah.
checked on lines for this character just to have something
Right.
instead of going,
Yeah, I did that a couple months ago, and even then, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a challenge. Okay. Let's
that's
do
at the
it.
earliest. I did it a couple months ago.
Right?
Or yeah, the 80s. Let me pull out a line from a session I did in
Ah,
1989.
yeah, that'll work. You remember that, right?
You remember that day?
Yeah, it was raining. Come on, you remember. Never rained in California. You remember.
Except for this year, apparently.
Oh, we needed it. That's for damn
For sure. I was definitely glad to see it, but I left and I came back and it was still raining. I was like, let's go to California.
Yeah, no, seriously, the rain when it rained last week, and it wasn't supposed to rain that day. It was supposed to
Yeah.
rain the next day, I think, and so I wasn't prepared for it. And I walked out onto the patio, and I was wearing slippers, and they were almost full. The water almost went over the edge. I stepped and it splashed over, and I went, oh shit, because it was like inches high, just sitting there. There was so much rain, so it was pretty intense. All right.
But that water bill this summer, it's going to be kind of nice.
Yeah, but the electric bill, the
Yeah.
gas bill.
Right.
So for Raja, yeah, we're supposed to have like,
Boom.
what, 3 times, 5 times more this month for our gas bills.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to wear more clothes around the house and not spend $8,000 for gas.
Yeah, that'd be.
We'll see. I can actually take these off now. And I'm no longer in the Midwest. Thank you. So let's see what I can answer here, if anything. Okay, fine. I'll put the glasses back on. Fine. Okay, let's see. I'm going to start at the top and see what I didn't answer. I'm going to do more of it. Can you scroll down a little on this for me? Just see if there's stuff at the top that I didn't see.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh gosh, I have no idea on the amphibiaquinus. I can't even pronounce it.
Q&A.
Yeah. Oh, Q&A. So quinus. No, I thought it was quinus. It's quinus, isn't it? Quinus. Oh, it's quinus. Yeah, I have no clue. Hopefully, when they ask me to, I'm ignorant about a lot of these things, and I apologize. From Ace Combat Games to Armored Core 4 answer. I know. Siobhan, I apologize. I don't quite know what that means. If you want to write back and forgive me for my ignorance. And regarding the Cheshire Cat, yeah, that would be so sweet. Such a cool character too. Yeah, no, that would be awesome. My studio claim to fame, which isn't really claim to fame, but it was fun for a couple of years, was decades ago. I was the voice at Universal Studios when you came on to the lot. Welcome to Universal Studios. Bienvenidos a los Estudios Universal. And then there was more stuff, but it was so weird coming to work because we were doing a live show, the Castle Dracula show. And a lot of voiceover people continued, which is so bizarre. Richard Epcar was one of the Draculas, as was I. A guy named Joey Dioria, who was a magnificent voiceover guy. Joey was one of the Renfields. And Michael McConaughey, was also one of the Draculas, and that was a live show that we did, 5 days, 6 days a week. And so every day coming to work, I would hear me welcoming people in there before the place opened. Or whatever. It was so bizarre, but it was so much fun too. It was a nice little ego bump. It's like, hey, that's me. But I would love to do that for Disney, and that would be very, very fun. Okay, let's see. Would you want the other to team up with Ghost Rider? We'll find out. Oh man, it would be kind of interesting with Ghost Rider, just because of the difference in their persona, necessarily cool and hot, if you will. So that would be kind of a nice blend, and you could play off of the heat and the chill nature of Byakuya as opposed to that fella in the car. So yeah, that would be very cool. Yeah, Homer Simpson is just such an amazing blend of stuff, and it's just such a vulnerable, fallible, screwed up human being that wants to do right, but this is just my interpretation. But isn't anywhere around trying to get what he wants by any way he can. But it's just such a great depiction of a fallible human being, and still trying to get by. And then if he gets caught cheating, then okay, all right, that kind of an attitude. So I do love that character. It's wow, and I mean it's obviously a testimony to the show for how long it's lasted, and all the characters that are so well loved. Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. Tipu. So it's a Streamily question for you.
Yes. We soon.
Soon. You heard it here. Regarding another Amphibia Q&A.
We are always down to do more Amphibia stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So Cognition Show was in game, but unfortunately Ubisoft didn't credit you guys. Hate them. I don't have much comment on that, except that it happens sometimes. You got to be more. You just have to be diligent to make sure things get done properly as far as credits and all that stuff. But again, come down to the bottom line. Just love working and doing it. But when it's something that's successful, you certainly want to get credit for it. Something that other people are responding to. Yeah. So, Daniel, I'm curious if you're still there. What was the reference to Absolute Chill's reference to? I might have missed it in the.
I think it's when you did the scatter line.
Oh, thank you. Okay, if that's the case, you don't have to answer. If it's not the case, go ahead. But yeah, thank you. If that is the case, now it's my pleasure, big time. I got to tell you, there was one of the Bleach movies that I attended in a theater, and the first time that Byakuya did that, the audience burst into applause, and I just sat there going, "Damn, wow. Because it looked really cool. Let's be honest. It was just on a big screen and
Mhm.
that whole moment, but it was just like, wow, they like it.
People really like it.
They
Yeah.
really liked it. That's so great. So that was chills to me. It was like, damn, okay, very cool. Um, so let's see. Of all the castmates you've had, do you have a favorite? Like someone there's people that interesting. It's a great question. As you may or may not know, most of the time when we're doing the recording sessions, we are not with anyone else. We're in the booth by ourselves. And so sometimes we have the absolute benefit and pleasure of the person that we're doing the scene with has already recorded their part. So we have it in our headphones to be able to play off of. And that's the best situation. I mean, the best would be to do it with them live, but that doesn't happen that often. Sometimes we have a full, live cast doing stuff, but it doesn't happen often. And every time it does, it's just tremendous fun to be able to work directly off of that actor. So I worked on Firehouse. Firehouse. What the hell is my brain doing here? On the Fire Emblem 3 as Hanneman, who's a professor, and there's scenes that he has with one of the other professors there, and Manuela. And I never met her. I still haven't. But we recorded our scenes separately, and the stuff is so good. She is so excellent, and it sounds like a married couple or a couple that have been boyfriend and girlfriend for 10, 15 years, and they know everything about each other, and they argue about this and they argue about that. They still care about each other, but the arguments are awesome, and they're insulting, and they're fast, and they're furious as far as back and forth. And man, did I love hearing that, because I had no idea when I recorded it what it sounded like. And then to hear her and me together, boy, did that sound good. So I would love to do something with her. Obviously, I can't even think of her name. I don't know. Manuela, muy buena. So yeah, that was so much fun. But it's such a rarity that I can't really answer the question as to who my favorite cast member is to do that with, because it hasn't happened in so long, generally speaking. So that's the best answer I can give, but it's truthful. That's something. Let's see. Okay. I love that question, and it does come up. Question B, do you have any advice for people looking into voice acting? Yes. First thing I say is I want to be a voice actor.com. And I'm not making that up. That is a website that has so much stuff and information regarding this. It's a freebie. There's no charge to check it out, and the information is there. It's put together by another voice actor, and it's a really great beginning point to learn more about what you need to do, or what how to go about some things, and just in general.
Resource,
yeah, it's a wonderful resource. So I highly recommend that. And also, what we always end up saying when people ask this at cons or anytime we're doing a panel type of a thing is the other thing that is so important. I don't care how great your voice is. I don't care what quality you have in your voice. If you can't act, if you can't do it, the voice doesn't matter. So highly urge anyone that wants to get into this to start taking some acting classes in some form. And they don't have to be hugely expensive. There's classes that are given specifically for doing anime stuff, especially here in California. Community theater, exactly. It's not expensive. It's something that you can learn from, and it gives you an opportunity to grow. Highly encourage that. Because again, it doesn't matter how tremendous a voice you have. If you can't do the work, if you can't act, then you're screwed. Pardon my French. So that's a huge thing to be aware of. And it's a process. You have to keep working at it. If you really want to do something like this, you need to work on it daily in some form. Microphones are not expensive. You can set up your own little home setup just to play and listen back and get a sense of what you're doing. Also to learn more about what, if you're thinking at some point about making a demo, to introduce yourself to casting people and whatever, whoever you want to let know that you're doing this or want to be. You can go online to the various, look for some of the top voiceover agencies. And you can just Google top voiceover agencies in Los Angeles, and you'll get a list. And then you can go on those websites and listen to demos from their talent. These are people that are on their talent list. They are part of the agency, so they wouldn't have them there unless they thought they were pretty good. And this gives you an idea of what's going on now.
Yeah,
what's
mastered.
Yeah, what it sounds like, how long it is, what it includes, kind of that gives you another angle to look at. So those are a few things I would encourage you to look into, and hopefully you can get something out of that. And there's lots of people teaching out there. So yeah, and congratulations if you want to do it, because it's very, very much fun, as you may have gotten from me. Next Wednesday is my 14th birthday. Well, happy birthday in advance. My birthday was just last Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. I shared my birthday, and still do, with some pretty impressive people, so I have a lot to live up to. We've got Stephen Hawking, who is not an idiot.
Those are some hard shoes to fill.
But there's also more in the creativity field, so to speak. You got this guy, what's his name? David somebody. Oh, yeah, David Bowie.
I think I've heard of him.
Same. And this other guy, Elvis Presley.
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so I got these people. Okay, I better keep working here. I got a level to live up to. So yeah, Wednesday, I'll see what happens. I can't promise that because I don't know about Matt and what's going on. I will see. I don't want to promise, but I do sincerely wish you a happy birthday. And hopefully we can do something. We're doing, as I think I mentioned, I'm doing another signing with Michelle Ruff on the 21st. This coming next Saturday. Yeah. Next Saturday at 3 p.m. So it's a good chance to get to know Michelle a little bit, and I'll still be the same old charming idiot that I am. Thank you. I want to try to balance things. My favorite Mario game. So many. I just going old school, You got to go back to the beginning. I mean, it was just, that was a watermark of interesting stuff happening. Oh, yeah. And so it was, I'm not a big gamer. I don't play a lot of games, but that was something that, I brought back. I narrated a very cool book. And for all of you that don't know, or maybe you do, I also I audio narrate books. I narrate audio books, and have been for over 10 years now. And one that I recently narrated was the Ultimate History of Video Games. So, and then I actually narrated that one almost 10 years ago, and then they revamped and revised that, and then wrote a second volume. So it's almost 45 hours of listening between the two volumes, and pretty fascinating book. But it talked about the, going from being using the stand-up in the arcades, those machines, and the beginning of those coming in. It's a fascinating book. The guy really researched it, and he's going to do another in a couple of years. I think in 2024 he'll have another volume, which I will be narrating, because he said, "Yeah, I want you for this. It's not till 2024, so Make sure you're available." I'm like, yeah, I think I will be. Old school. I'm going back to the original, and not the newest incarnation. Thank you. All right. Veronica Taylor. Thank you for that. And I'm pretty certain that's in reference to Manuela.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's awesome. if you haven't heard that already, for anybody that, you can just go on YouTube and put in Manuela and Hanneman and listen to some of those, but they're just such great verbal battles of people that respect each other, but they annoy each other tremendously.
Classic married couple.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just so much fun to watch. I mean, I watch that with my best friend and his wife. They're just back and forth with this. Okay, can I finish cooking now? I mean, do you want to stay in the kitchen with me? Is that what you want to do? Would you like to stay here? Or would you rather go out there and let me cook? I'm like, okay, you guys have been married for a while. And that was the guy. That was Martin. It's too funny. Do you want to stay here all the time? Do you really? You realize how big the kitchen is, right? So, oh, great. Well, thank you, Siobhan. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to tell my friend Michael that I will call him back. Hello, Michael. You on live on a streaming for a signing for various and wonderful characters that I've actually put the voice to. May I call you back? I will call you back. Thank you, sir. Bye. Michael Riggins, an amazing man. He played a character in Spain, in Mexico, called Sheriff Mike on a Mexican soap opera for many years, and he traveled all over the place hugely. He's a very large African-American man. He's like 6'5", just a huge, imposing, wonderful guy. I've known him for 30 plus years. Great talent. Okay, what else did I not answer? Oh, blah, blah, blah. You make a very good voice for. So where is Dormammu from? Oh, wait, there it is. Sorry, didn't read down. Oh, yeah. Castor, what a great, fun character. Oh, my God. I was so pleased when I got cast as Castor in Fate Zero, because he is just so out there. He's literally crazy. And so to be able to portray him sane and then tipping out and going crazy and I was just like a little kid when they said, okay, you got Castor. I was like, really? I did? You're kidding. Seriously? I was so stoked just to be able to have that role. And I mean, I loved my audition so much. I said, could you guys please send me my audition? I really feel like I did a great job on the audition. I want to have it. So they'd send it to me as well. So too much fun. Yeah, and again, that's the thing, to get to play characters, because I'm kind of known for maybe hero type stuff. But anytime you get the chance to play something that's so skewed and different from that, such as von Stroheim or Castor, those type of characters, is just like playtime. It's like, wow, I get to just dig in and do stuff. And that's like, it's like a little kid. It's like I get to be a kid again.
How does that play into like heroic versus evil? Where like you're potentially getting pigeonholed as a heroic character, so then the evil guys feel more fun because then you're like, oh, well, yeah, it's something different, right?
Exactly. You get to find more of the emotional stuff and more of the challenging stuff that doesn't necessarily. I mean, flawed heroes are the best. Right. That's too much fun.
Good characters.
Yeah, exactly. That you pull for them. They're a pain. They lie. They cheat. They do whatever they do. But still, there's a spark of goodness in there, and that keeps you coming back to that and going, well, I know you screwed up, but damn it, you're a good man. But I wish you'd quit screwing up. So yeah, that's part of it, is just being able to express that and get that out there. I've played a villain, but I've never played a violin. Villain, but I'm sorry, I lost control. To answer that question, no, I haven't. I have not. And Carrie Walgren or Kari, I should say, also worked on a movie. We didn't have any scenes together, I recall, but it's a horror movie called The Granny. And I got killed. Thank you. Because that's what I do, even on camera. So that was great amount of fun. There's an actress, many of you won't know who she is, but she was a very, very popular actress in the 60s and 70s. Stella Stevens, beautiful, and just very sexy, just an amazing talent. She played the lead. She played the granny, and she cut my throat with a bone saw in a mortuary. Good times, but it was so much fun. My hair was dyed blonde, and yeah, it was quite a bit of fun. But Kari was the female lead, I think, in that, the ingenue in that. So what else? Yeah, I'm aware of Kiss. It was just a little more than I liked with all the makeup and everything. Not as bad, and I'm not judging it. The tongue, I mean, please.
One step away from insane clown.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a godson that is he goes to all the gatherings. And he's deep into it.
In the culture.
Yeah, big time. So not a big fan of Kiss. Yeah, I want to rock and roll all night, and then I want to go home.
Yeah, party every day.
Yeah,
that's too much to handle.
So, who Caster was teamed up with as well as That's a funny comment, stating that that looking at these characters a little differently. Yeah, I can understand that. That's fun. Yeah, because that was the thing. He was just so sick, and he was so good at being sick. Because for anybody that doesn't know, he was brought back. He was summoned to teach a serial killer how to be better at what he did, being a serial killer. And so I was happy to oblige as Caster. So that was pretty sick. That was the thing. It was like, oh, this is disgusting. But the animation's so good and the music's so good and this character, geez. So yeah, I had to, and I'm very glad I was given the opportunity. Okay.
All right, a few more, and then we'll.
Sure. When does the Chinese New Year start? I'm curious if my SpongeBob can tell me that. And yeah, as far as for Daniel again with Trigun coming back, I sure hope so. Because Chapel the Evergreen was way too cool too. Not exactly a nice guy, but a fun character to inhabit. He's got pretty good weaponry too. But yeah, loving that. I hope that happens, and you guys have a say in these things too by reaching out to the companies that are putting them together. In fact, I'll ask your help on one thing. I'm still trying to get a pop for Byakuya, which has not happened yet. And there is on the site for the K-pops, there is a place that you can go on the site to request those things. So if you have time and inclination, please do that, because it would be so cool to have that. And I would feel like, now I've made it. So
unless you're a Funko Pop, that's
I mean, if I made it to Funko, I mean, my buddy Bryce Papenbrook, Bryce has only got about 60 or 90 of them. So I'm only looking for one right now. You know what I'm saying? And Bob Papenbrook, the guy I talked about doing the dubbing session, that's his dad, who passed away some years ago.
I was going to ask if that was the case.
Exactly.
There's just like a lot of Papenbrooks.
Yeah, no, absolutely true. That's his dad. And so I've known Bryce for a long time.
Wow.
Bryce is also a very good martial artist, like phenomenal.
Wow.
And I used to go watch him, watch his matches with his dad. So that was pretty killer.
Also, Chinese New Year is actually the day after you saw him with Michelle, 22nd.
All right. So yes, well, that's very cool. We'll try to at least give a shout out on the 21st,
right?
Chinese New Year.
It might even be New Year in China by the time you guys get in to do it too. You guys are going at 3, so
they're doing it 3. Yeah, I don't honestly know.
Early in the new year.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I haven't watched enough of Mr. Bean to have a favorite episode, but I love the character.
Mm-hmm.
Rowan Atkinson is just
one of the
unbelievable.
One of the funniest men.
Yeah, and go back to, if you like Rowan Atkinson, go back to the early work of Peter Sellers. If you haven't looked at any of the Pink Panther movies as Inspector Clouseau, oh my God, brilliant. I highly recommend any of those movies. And also a movie he did called The Party, where he plays an East Indian man who gets invited to a big Hollywood party. He was an extra on a film and accidentally set off an explosion before it was supposed to be set off, destroying the set and everything else. And so the one thing they made sure of was that he never works again, don't invite him anywhere. And somehow he gets an invitation to this party and then goes to the party and proceeds to accidentally destroy the party. Brilliant. So highly recommend. Peter Sellers is just such a phenomenal actor. Yeah, another movie that after you see the funny stuff to see how tremendous an actor he is, there's a movie called Being There that he did, which is also
I've seen that.
amazing,
Yeah.
amazing what he did, just underplaying the whole thing. He's a man that is not the brightest man in the world, but he is dedicated to taking care of the flowers and taking care of the things around him and being a good man.
A good egg.
And everybody thinks he's a genius and treats him as such until they find out otherwise. But Jesus, what a phenomenal film, and so heartbreaking and heartwarming at the same time.
Mhm.
So good. So sorry, tangent, got off on a Peter Sellers moment.
But
so
maybe one more, and then we'll.
Yeah, let's see. Excellent, Chauvin. I'm glad you enjoyed that. So they got a Streamly question. When is it going to be? Owl House.
Soon.
Okay.
I'm not in the know on all the things. Lots happening at Streamly. I only know what I know.
Okay. All right. Wait. Daniel said, did feel like it's going to be returned to the evil hollow. Yeah, it seemed like that too. I agree. Regarding Ichigo and Byakuya looking like bad hollows. Bad. Glenn Focus would pass on the popularity of Thousand Year Blood War. I would say that you're definitely getting one this year. It may be a convention exclusive though. Well,
we'll see.
From your mouth to the Funko gods. I like it.
All right, last question. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
God, I'm sounding like such a classic.
I mean, Return of the Jedi. It's hard to beat for me. As a kid, at least, that's the one that always stuck with me the most.
Yeah, the initial, I mean, the introduction to the characters in the first one, to Chewie and all the different, there was just so much going on, just like, oh, wow, how cool.
It's just a good movie.
Yeah, it is. It's a wonderful, it's just a wonderful series of movies. It's a tremendous group of films and yeah, I do like it. And for anybody who doesn't know, on the other side of that is that I did work on one of the Star Trek films.
Oh yeah.
I worked on First Contact, which is showing on HBO right now. I believe, strangely. But I was a Borg on First Contact.
Really?
Yeah, and I worked on it for probably.
That's so funny.
6 weeks, 2 months, maybe almost. And I think I have a total of maybe 3 minutes of screen time.
I was gonna say, 6 weeks. Wow.
Yeah, because it took 5.5 hours to get into the makeup each day and almost 2.5 hours to get out. So it was a dedication. But God, it was so much fun to be on the set at Paramount working with that. And I got shot. Picard shot me and electrocuted me. That was one of the little stunt things I got to do was, do that and pretend that I'd been electrocuted. And
Patrick Stewart can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time. So, I think we kind of got to wind this up. And to the other question to SpongeBob. Oh, I'm sorry. There's two things. Jovan, to me too for my birthday. What was that in reference to? And I apologize that I'm not following some of the stuff back and forth. So please answer that for me and I will do what I can. And then Ireland. I'm Irish, English, Lithuanian. Yep, that's me. And so my great grandmother's name was Milligan. So the Irish is part of me and I love it. And I do want to go there. I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Ireland. I've done a lot of traveling in the last few years and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more. I urge you, I'm guessing most of you are younger than me, and I urge you, if you have the opportunity to travel when you're younger, take advantage.
If you could have traveled somewhere when you were young, like when you were in your 20s, where would you have gone? Knowing what you know, being where you've been recently, where would you have been like, man, I wish I could have like partied here, or just like even visited here when I was young.
Well, I fell in love with Costa Rica.
Interesting.
Yeah, in 2018, I did a massive
tour
around a lot of different places, and that was just, it was phenomenal. It's so beautiful, and there's so many things to offer there. That I highly recommend Costa Rica. That was very special. And then strangely, I was very blown away by Berlin too, because it was so beautiful and they're so intent on keeping it clean as far as recycling, as far as the streets. But just, wow, I was impressed. I loved it. And the fact that you could sit outside at a bar at 10 p.m. at night and be walking by and somebody say, hey, and they invite you over to have some beer with them, just sitting out, hanging out. And it was just a very friendly, wonderful, it was a warm, kind of like a warm hug of a city, if you will. I really, really loved it, and all the beautiful things that we were able to see. And I hate when the collar starts drooping on a t-shirt. It looks so lame.
And then Yvonne said for the next signing with Michelle Ruff, I believe is around their birthday.
Ah, okay. So
hopefully there'll be room.
Yeah, that would be fine by me. And there's another question for you.
Oh yeah, I have that one I have no idea, but I think we'll leave it there.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you, guys. Gosh, I really do. It sounds like the hollow standard. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, but I really, really do. And please know that you make a difference, and your kind responses and reaching out and all of this stuff. It really means something to me. And I don't suggest that it doesn't mean anything to other people, because it means something to so many of us. And without you, we're just doing work if we're lucky. But with the support of all you guys, we get to do more and hopefully create more characters that you can relate to and appreciate and enjoy. And it makes you smile as much as it makes us smile to do it. So thank you so very much. Happy New Year. I hope things go great for you all. And I look forward to meeting you at some point. I'm going to be in all the way in April now. This is as much as I know for the moment. I'll be at a con at the Gaylord Hotel in Texas. I think the 21st, and then I'll be in Las Vegas for a con on the 7th, or vice versa. It's one of the two of those, but they're each a couple days or 2 or 3 day cons. So that should be fun. If anybody's in that area and wants to stop by and say, hey, by all means, please do. And is there any last thing I want to say to anybody? Yes, thank you, Jovan. And again, thank you all. I really, really appreciate you. So take care.